Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is the Friday challenge video where I ask you to look through your long boxes, find some cool books related to this week's theme. This week's theme is going to be skull covers. I'm a Golden Age collector, and the Golden Age has a lot of skull color covers. It's kind of crazy. If you associate them with pre-code horror a lot of the time, but there's actually other titles that had lots of skulls as well. And skull covers are usually more desirable for collectors. But I know of a lot of modern books that also have skull covers. So if you want to participate, all you have to do is film yourself showing 10 comics with great skull covers, and that's it. And upload it. Use the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge, and that's it. That's all you have to do to take part. This week I have some pretty amazing ones. These are going to be pretty awesome books. Some of these are considered classic skull covers. We're going to start out with probably a really good example of that is this one, Haunted Thrills number 13. This is a classic skull cover. It's like, I'm not even sure if he has that. He looks like he has more teeth than he needs, but it's like just a really great one. He's a taxi driver driving this couple for free to hell. So it's last ride they'll ever take is what he says to them. Just a really great cover. Haunted Thrills, great title as well, by the way. So that's the first one on the list. The second one on the list is another really great one. And this is Out of Night, number 10. And this is a cover by Ken Bald, which you don't really associate with him with pre-code horror, but he did actually a lot of pre-code horror. And this is one of the titles that he did. Just a really classic skull cover. You get the really good skull there. What does it say? Ha ha ha. Haven't you guessed? Your fate was to be. What sort of ship is this? It's a death ship. So actually I liked that movie when I was a kid. I thought it was really scary. If you ever watched Death Ship, there's a remake that was also pretty good, but the original I really enjoyed. It's just basically this ship that floats around and takes out other ships, and the people that survive their ship getting sunk by colliding with this other ship will board it and like have really scary things happen to them. So yeah, just a fun movie. So this is Out of the Night number 10 from 1953. And next, this is lower. This next one is a really great skull cover, but it's lower on the list because it's a pretty small skull. But it's a great skull cover. This is Startling Terror Tales number 11, and it's a classic L.B. Cole cover. The Death Spider. In a way, they should have almost zoomed in even more on this spider, but just a classic cover anyways. It's a really creepy spider. It's got like this, I think the guy is done. he's pretty much dead looking. The girl is not too far away from that as well. Just a really great one. I might use this one again in another cover challenge that's coming up, but because it's got really great floating heads. But just a classic cover. I love this skull cover. It's lower on the list just because of the size of the skull. I really like skull covers with a big skull on them. And speaking of which, the next book has a really big skull in it. It's another classic skull cover. This is Mysterious Traveler, and it's just no number, or number 1, I guess. This is from, it's a Bob Powell cover, and it's from Transworld 1948. And it's an adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart inside. So not this story, but inside is a different story by Edgar Allan Poe. But just a classic skull cover. I mean, look at the eyes on it, and it's like a skull train. It's just really cool cover. So this Mysterious Traveler number 1. I really like this one. And another classic skull cover is Shadow Comics. Now, Shadow Comics, for the most part, are very affordable. It's a very affordable title. Now, there are a few exceptions to that rule. The ones that are kind of more pricey are the skull covers. There's some really great covers within the title, and the skull covers generally go for a little bit more. This is just a classic one. You got this big skull. I like the, when it's a big skull on the cover. And this one, the skull is really well done too. So this is from 1945, and it doesn't say who did the cover, but it's a great classic cover. Even says skull cover. Like the CGC notes, they have like sort of different levels, I guess. Sometimes they'll just say nothing, but sometimes it'll say skull cover. Not that it wasn't obvious that it's a skull cover, but it'll say skull cover, and then sometimes it'll say classic skull cover. That's when you have a really great one. Like a Punch 12 would be a classic skull cover. Well, this is just a skull cover, but still a really cool one. So yeah. So Shadow Comics, and then another really great one is This Magazine is Haunted. Now this is like a fiery skull, like a really cool one. You got this bat coming out of it, and it looks like the bat's holding, I'm not even sure what that is. It's like some guy. It looks like he's on fire. Just like some guy being held by this bat. And it's just a classic fire skull cover. It's just like really cool one. So this magazine is Haunted, number 14. And it's from 1953. Now, probably a lot of people would expect this next one to be higher on the list because it is kind of a major skull cover. This is Witchcraft number 2. And it's just a huge skull. I like these ones where you got the skull and then just like Punch 12, it's got like the people kind of hanging out of the skull. Well, this has that as well. I love the yellow versus the black. It just really makes the skull pop, even though it's done in very dark colors. So it's just a classic one. This is Witchcraft number 2, and it's Joe Kubert and Sid Checkert. I'm not sure who did the cover though. Just a classic skull cover. Okay, next one. I show this book a lot because I love this book. I just really love this book. It's a great book. This is Plastic Man number 1. I just think it's a great skull cover. It's a great fire cover. It's great. So many great things about it. And you'll see this one a lot. I'll use this one for anything that it can fit because I just love this cover so much. I'll just show it so much. But this is from 1943, and it's a Jack Cole story, cover and art. Just a classic book too. Just Plastic Man number 1. Just a really cool book. 1943. And this next one, I like Good Girl. So if I can mix Good Girl with Pre-Code Horror, that's an extra bonus to me. This is an example of that. It's a great skull cover. It's like, he's like writing their list down and like to like the ledger, almost like when they are going to take you to the other world, the afterlife. It's like the ledger of that, and he's just writing all their names down. So it's just really cool. What is it? What is it? What are they? I can't see what it says. I don't know. I was wondering if it says something cool on the sash or something. Can you read that? Just check what that says. But yeah, just a really cool book. Voodoo Comics number 14. A lot of 14s on this list, I noticed. And this is from 1954. And it's just a classic skull cover, Good Girl art cover as well, with the model contest. Okay, the last one is a true classic skull cover. And this is Blue Bolt Weird Tales, number 115. It's an LB Cole cover. Does it actually say? Doesn't even say skull cover. That's really weird. But this is a classic skull cover. I mean, this is probably one of the more famous LB Cole covers at that as well. He reuses this skull a few times. And this is kind of probably one of the more desired books because of this classic skull by L.B. Cole. I always think L.B. Cole books are a little cool for a funny reason. This is from Star Publications. So L.B. Cole basically took over Novelty Press, and he basically got publishing rights to do a few other books as well. And when he did so, he would redo, like he would reprint a lot of the content, and then he would put on his own covers. He would do the kind of these really awesome covers. And but when he did these awesome covers, he would do something really interesting. Lots of little details inside these pictures. Like you can see, like there's lots of things you might not even notice. Like there's this pool of blood, and inside the pool of blood, there's like a soldier. He's dropping his gun into the pool of blood. But he would always do this weird thing where he'd have all this text, like just like a whole little paragraph of text, really small print too. You have to like really test your eyesight to read it. It's like somewhere in the steep mountain range in central Korea, a huge cavern has yet unmapped by allied or enemy forces rises in forbidding appearance among the peaks of antiquity, and here in this somber labyrinth, an American soldier discovers a long forgotten secret of terrible consequences. Wow. It's like this little paragraph. He does it all on so many of his covers. It's like so weird. This one is a little bit better. Like sometimes the print is really, really tiny. It's almost like you need like a magnifying glass to read it. This one's a little bit better. But just a classic cover. I love the bloody hands and like the gnarly hands and the straw hair, and it's just a classic cover. This one would be good for like heavy metal. I think like I always think of those heavy metal like album covers or something like that. This would be classic for that. I think this would really work. So yeah, so Blue Bolt, number 115, nice L.B. Cole cover. And so those are my skull covers. What can you come up with for this challenge? I'd love to see other people's videos, and it's really a fun challenge thing to kind of just check out what other people have in their collections. I like using the hashtag and just clicking around and seeing all the other videos. So if you want to take part, really simple, just film yourself with 10 like skull covers, and use the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge, and see what you can do. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. Bye for now.